Nah. 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 Okay, that should work. Hello everyone. I think audio should be fine. I think the fan is still quiet as far as I can tell. Hang on, something's wrong with this. Oh no, that's as is. I got... Wow, okay. I got... So, for context, I got a bit confused and panicky for a moment because YouTube was telling me that stream is set to subscriber only mode for chat, which is normal because that's how you avoid the bots. But my mind went all the way back to like 2-3 years ago of streaming on Twitch, where subscribers are the paid people. And I was thinking, oh shit, why is my chat set to this? What the hell, I haven't used Twitch in years, and for some reason that was where my mind went to when I saw subscriber only mode. Hey. Anyway, hello Skyle. Gonna make sure everything's working. Let me pop the chat out so I can read it. Oh, that was so dumb of me. Yeah, that should be fine. Alright. Palmer's brain working on half speed today, eh? I mean, when isn't it? Like, you know, my brain is so smooth the thoughts just slide right off it. Let me just turn the volume down on my headset. There we go. Alright, so where we last left off, we had just finished stage 7. We're now on stage 8, which means there should be 2 playable stages and 1 cutscene left. Which means, assuming we can make good time, we're pretty much done. Oh, that's right. This is a weird one. It is very weird because I don't know if this there is movable or not. It looks like it's a block. So I'm assuming it can only come through here, but I'm like, why? What's the catch here? I mean, there's only one way to find out, but, got bug spray, oh god. I'm assuming all of those, drones are gonna come up and fly at me. So what I might do is put in someone with a little more air. Cruise. Ooh. Although that is cheaper. Oh, I also haven't got her skill up yet.
Great. I'm good at supporting assaults.
Catches the enemy that's coming from that direction. True. I'll have to see how it is. Pitch black. Well, I can see that. Unfathomable depth. Without a shred of sunlight. The stifling atmosphere almost feels as heavy as the roof's own weight. The roof of a tomb. What's going on? Why am I back here? Wait, odd thing. Still alive? I came to see you. The sound emanates from behind the heavy door before her. You've been sleeping for so long, and you're still as pissy as ever? Ah, that wasn't really a question, but Drop the scary act already. Can you even do anything after lying here all this time? Whew. Nothing to be afraid of, right? Ah, yes. The Alps. Or something, I don't know. Or Shangshu, I guess. Which mountain is this? Why isn't there a single road sign? Well, there isn't really any road. No, what year is this even? Judging from the houses by the road, this looks like Shangshu before it went nomadic. Why does it look like the city I saw when I first got here? Nope. Ding dong. This is surprisingly epic music for what's currently happening. A man hangs from a steep cliff with a rope, engraving a sentence with the hammer and chisel in his hands. Wait, you up on the mountain? What you doing? You don't know who I am? Why would I? It was I who designed and created this city. Oh, that's pretty cool. The catastrophe is about to arrive, and everyone's already evacuated, but a disaster will destroy all the houses I built. I can't let it happen just like that. The 5th year of Jinyan, when I had just arrived here and stayed for 3 decades, record of Shangshu City. I'm carving how I crafted this city onto this cliff so future generations will remember my achievements. But the catastrophe is just around the corner. You're risking your life for this. But what if a thunderbolt cleaves the mountain into 2? Wouldn't your hard work be in vain? I couldn't care less. This is the only thing I can do. Why even bother living if no one will know of my feats? How do you even live like that? Fine, just keep working. I'll disturb you no more. Wait, where does this mountain path lead? I don't know. It leads here, apparently. It's you. Sir, I wish for you to grant me a sword. What for? To save, to avenge. I've told you, my swords don't come cheap. What are you offering? My life. Again. I should have said no already. Do you hate me for giving you that rusty piece of scrap metal? What am I saying? This is just an illusion. But you do remember me. Just thinking about that screenplay draft, I still can't help but wonder if the story would have ended differently had I given you a proper blade then. Hello Red, and hello Merwind. How can someone so remarkable and knowledgeable show compassion to a nobody like me? A mere mortal life is honestly worthless to you. Hello Tor. Hello Zom. Hey, don't go that far. I still like you mortals a lot. You look at us as if you're watching a play. I mean, hey, all the world's a stage. Your casual acts can add a little marvel to the show and change the fates of countless people. Sometimes you'll even be in the mood to join us for a few songs. But in the myriad of plays, you're the only one off stage. You've been alone all along. Jeez, I didn't think I'd get this kind of hallucination. I'm tired. Just take the sword. It's made for proper combat. I was about to say it's made of proper combat. Let me see if the story ends differently. Sir, a young man asked me to deliver this package to you before the day of Dongji? Don't have the guts to see me in person? I suppose. He's passed on by now. The bag is empty. Oh? Countries turn to rust. A brief spark in the wind. A bubble gone without a trace. What's this? Sir, I've been anticipating this for a long time. You've been waiting for me? I'm puzzled by something that I'd like you to clarify. Do elaborate. I went to collect references at the edge of the city today, and saw an odd foul beast perched by the riverbank. I've never seen a foul beast so beautiful. I was just about to whip out my brush and paper when it flapped its wings and vanished from sight. I tried to paint it from what I could remember, but I could not do it. Just let it go. Some things are beyond your control. And that holds true for others, but I still call myself a painter for the time being, so I'll always want to capture it somehow. I've painted quite a lot these past few years. I always thought one had to paint plenty of paintings and see many sights to make life worthwhile. But I finally realized that paintings are ultimately inanimate objects. What do you mean? The scenes I paint turn into a passing cloud a moment later. The more I paint, the more insignificant I feel my paintings become. Average artists be like, I feel that. That's only natural, no? One can only dream of seeing the entire land if one won't even make it to 100 years of age. No, I think you still don't understand. Sir, I'd like to ask for some thoughts on this undeserving work of mine. Looks good. I feel like I've been to many of these places. Is this a painting? My painting. This is the view we ignorant mortals see. Even one like you, with all the views you have seen, are only a drop in the ocean when compared to the tumultuous changes this land has experienced over the last millennium. Please, take a good look once more. For we only have this one dusk. Pun. Holt brush, wind scroll. As besotted, as drunk. One dusk to ash. Ah. They're growing well. Did you plant all these? The people here did. As you said, I can't use my abilities to meddle with their growth. I'll disappear one day, but these people will still be here for a long time. You've worked so hard. It's been a while, Shu. How very strange. That brother of mine has been telling me he has seen you in his dreams lately. Why do you keep thinking about me? Are you getting nostalgic with age? You know how to make fun of me too now. The people here all remember a Shenong who compiled the 24 JG solar terms, taught them how to till the land, and even risked her life to cultivate a vast expanse of frozen soil into fertile fields. How can I bear that title on my own? We achieved it all together, so why put everything on my shoulders? It's been so long. Is there still a difference between you or me? All I remember is someone taking me in when I was wandering about aimlessly like a child, and giving me a home. She told me I needn't care about the differences between man and beast, that I should just live as a human. I didn't expect you to stay here even now. I promised you I would, to stay and guard this land, so people wouldn't have to go hungry. Oh, Shu, have you ever resented me? 1,000 years, how can you call this devotion? This is clearly incarceration. Even though your consciousness is gone, you're still trapped here by your ties to this land, rather than go free. All because of one mistake I made. I don't resent you for it, only myself, for not going north in your place. Shu, you know I've never seen you as a Xian. The whole time we were together, I almost forgot that you weren't mortal. I only realized when we parted ways, I had my own selfish motives, a human selfishness. I wanted to beg you to stay, to continue helping the people here. All of my kin need you. But I wasn't sure if you would love them as you loved me. I'm afraid I've let you down. So we failed in the end, right? You never found the seeds, and I never managed to grow crops on originium-tainted soil. We couldn't even protect this land. Man can prevail over nature, but when will that happen for real? Shu, do you regret it? You knew that everything I said would come to pass, didn't you? Yes, I always knew. You shouldn't have met me here. You're only a shred of consciousness left in this device. And I'm a memory within. I am you. Nope. Ah, hello. Gah. You're still here. I'm always with you. A command to want and rage, not range, in greed for life and fear for death. I nearly forgot why I even created you back then. No place amidst high mountains or waters far, no matter to me, free amidst the human realm. I've been muddle-headed for so long that I even lost track of why I'm awake. Whoever said you had to paint the entire realm to be considered an artist? Just paint a realm, and true it be. The painter brandishes her blade, and months rise in succession. Mounts, rather. I am me. And what I see is all. Lava? Okay. Going back to that then. Wake up. The director can't be sleeping on set, right? That's crazy irresponsible. What's wrong with taking a snooze when you're tired? Which one are we shooting this time? Isn't that basically just Mecha Godzilla versus Godzilla? Mecha Fahrenmut versus Fahrenmut. Oh, isn't that the screenplay I stashed away in the bottom of my drawer? You mean it's that bad? I swear, this here is the last one. Anything can be spun into a good story. That's what legends and strange tales are. I gotta ask, little lava, what makes you so willing to humour me for so long? The legendary weapon you promised. When are you going to give it to me? Yeah, sure enough, you're still after that. Would you miss me if I were to vanish one day without a trace? For good? Nope. If that... Wow, brutal. If that day comes, no one will remember you. The weapons, tools, cities, and those films you made will all vanish. You know that. You're right. I shouldn't be seeing you here either. Yeah, you called it. The dumb stuff I waste time on again and again all amounts to nothing in the end. But I can't help it. I just want to have some fun and leave some memories behind. Leave something behind and have fun. That's enough for me. Thanks, little lava. It was pretty fun making trouble with you at Rhode Island. Humiliating. I ended up giving myself a lecture with something I crafted with my own hands. Letting people go through these old and irrelevant memories just like that is really something. Well, enough of that. We answered that question when we managed to split off from Chaos. You're just a heart, so stop dreaming about taking us back in. We worked hard to be free from that pitch-black tomb. We're not about to go back to living under your shadow, old thing. So I'll... to bits! I feel like I missed something halfway bit there. It's like, ah yes, I will to bits.
Do be careful, everyone.
Oh, that thing.
My toxicant is ready.
Oh, there. Oh, wow. Okay, I see now. Oh, okay. So do they only go to a certain length and then go back? And they will keep on doing it, so they're not just going to run... So this one's now going to break at least 2 or 3. 2. Oh, no, those ones keep going. Okay.
Please.
Nope, they're going back as well.
Hallucinating?
Fear not! Here I come!
Solid positioning.
I'll charge the weak spot! Face me!
Good scenery here, Doctor.
Okay, so again, I can't really put them anywhere. So these are going to be annoying all of a sudden, aren't they?
Please save your strength. We will get you out.
This is not going to go well. I do not have much here, do I? I'm... Well, come on. Lay it in on me. Let me see it. Let me see how bad it goes.
Please, don't be scared of me. I'll do my best. I have to get serious now.
Alright, here we go. Oh, that is god-awful.
Oh, it's finally my turn. A new rescue object. Rescue location confirmed.
Stay back!
That's fine with me. Come on, chin up. Ooh, almost dozed off.
Get to high
Oh, damn it. Yeah, I should have realised there was going to be someone that needed healing up there.
Doctor, hey, relying on your armor will only leave you vulnerable.
This is god-awful.
Doctor, leave the big guys face me!
Doctor, hey, relying on your armor will only leave you vulnerable.
Don't worry. My poison is not contagious.
I'm with you.
Yeah, no, but Nell isn't going to be saving her, no.
I have the map here. Rescue location confirmed. Doctor, strength in numbers, huh? Is that what you were banking on?
Come on, please, kill that fucking cow.
Doctor, strength in numbers, huh? Is that what you were banking on?
Okay, now destroy the rest of these. Oh! I'm glad I put in some extra ranged then. And that they only take like 1 hit point of damage. That was more intimidating than it was difficult, because, whoa, that was a lot. There's too many, we can't handle them all. And me if that stage kept going. We might not even manage to save the nearby fields. The situation is dire. We should prioritize saving the people. Am I imagining things? They don't seem as fearsome as before. Oh, don't say that. You immediately... Alright, let's see how he's jinxed it. What does that sound? This plate is separating from the core city. As I thought, the vitality of these monsters is bound to Da Huang's energy core. So once we break that connection, they'll grow weaker. The markers. Hold on. Has everyone managed to evacuate here? We notified the entire city, but is everyone here? Everyone from residential sections 1 to 4 is here. Sections 9 through 12 all present. Everyone from 6 to 8 is here, but we haven't heard back from the group dispatched to section 5. What? They were on their way from the city centre when they encountered a patch of farmland under attack. Things were going badly, and that's when we lost contact. The energy core has broken down, and our communication systems went with it. I'll go look for them. Wait. You always chide me about acting tough, but now you're dashing ahead of us? We don't even know how many monsters are swarming the place, and you plan on charging forward alone? That's my experimental plot. I know it better than anyone else. The residents there usually help me with the farm work. I even lied to them, saying my research was going well lately. It's fine if you want to go, just take me along. I run fast too, I can help. You're not from here. You've got nothing to do with the people here, and you're even a year younger than I am. Okay, so he's 20. Pesheng was promoted to an intermediate Nongye Tianshi in the year 1101 at the age of 17. When I was looking through the intel on Da Huang, I checked the Tianshi Bureau's roster and found you're a year younger than me. Oh, so he's actually 18. Bruh. So no need to act tough like a... Oh, tough at such a critical juncture, boy. Don't boy him when you're only a year older. God, he's the type of person that will say when I was your age and then talk about something that happened only like a few months ago. Okay. Xiao Lei? Shi Tao. Do you normally speak like this back home? I never speak like this. Jinchui? I do apologize. Enough talk, let's go already. Was the legend a lie? The blurry rice paddies stretched to the horizon. This is a patch of living, fertile land. Don't forget English, Tor. I'm very good at butchering that one as well. A nascent consciousness is born here, and a voice speaks to her. Oh, I did read that bit. The wind plays ever so the wave of rice a song. With the Germany kind of just gave up. No, that's not true. I only gave up with 2 specific words that were used all the time, which was also difficult for me to pronounce all the time without stuttering over it, so I just gave up with those. The rest of the German words I was absolutely fine with. The same with Lake Shibababa in the other event. It's like, if it's one where it's like constantly being said and I can never get the pronunciation right, I'm gonna skip over it. But I will at least try with everything else. You're back. You seem exhausted. Are you alright? So, you're already awake. Where am I? Have I always been here? Well, yes, I know it's also German, but still. It's only one word. Why do I have memories from long ago? I saw so much. War, death, plague, famine. Now that's the Four Horsemen, in modern cult terms. The disaster from above the roof washes over the land, leaving only devastation behind, followed by endless war and upheaval. Yes, the Goldeners Gazettes. I can't even remember now. That was the thing that I kept just sort of skipping over. Because it's really difficult for me to read quickly because of that extra syllable in the middle. Civilizations perish. Life fills with dread. Why am I trapped here? Just who am I? I feel so frightened. The outside is frightening. Pain. I can hear the cries of many. How can I put a stop to all this suffering? I remember now, someone gave me a name. Sui. I am you. Yeah, there it goes. The weeds overgrow, drowning the entire land. The longest dark of night condenses into a single moment. Nope. No, you're just a shadow. My shadow. But it isn't your suffering. It belongs to the people living on this land. No. Your fear... Oh, you fear because you haven't really lived yet. You don't know how this great land truly is. This world isn't frightening at all. But you've never seen crops being harvested. Or people cheerfully laughing. Okay. Alright. You've never seen countless creatures vying to survive, enduring hardship and continuing to thrive. You should take a closer look if you get the chance. I am no longer an arrogant and lonesome, not loathsome, Farenmut, nor am I a soul adrift all on my own. I have lived a real life here, together with the infinite variety of life on this continent. A drop of dew drips down, injecting life that spans across time into the land. Sleep. Twilight red sets on the stalks. These earthly strivings kissed by dew. Millennia reap me now a single tender shoot. Not soot. Over here, help! Stay away! What? And it's gone. Are we saved? Uncle Wang, why are you still here? Are you alright? Zhaohe, I knew you'd come back. Jiangui Le, these beasts just appear out of nowhere and start chewing up all the crops here. Don't worry, we protected the plot well, and didn't let a single beast pass us. Oh, and he's gone. Uncle Wang! It's alright. He's only fainted from shock. The whole field is sinking inch by inch, and huge fissures can be seen across the fields in the distance. The communication equipment's not working at all. The Temu Tianshis don't know there's still people here, and they've already begun disconnecting the plate. Let's hurry and move before it's too late. What a deep ravine. Have we been left behind? Pardon me. The young candleholder carries the farmer on his own and leaps into the air, crossing the gap in just a few steps. You're amazing. Zhou goes back and forth between the two separated plates, transporting one by one those left behind to safety on the other side. Okay. Wow. But the space between the plates continues to expand at a speed visible to the naked eye, and his steps gradually grow heavier, until the last trip, when a gust of wind blows him back and he almost loses his footing. Careful now. Many thanks. Everyone's safe now, so hold on to me. I'll bring you over too. Uh-oh. There's more of them? No, there ain't. Don't get distracted. You're using your arts too much. No need to worry about me. The students of the Tianxi bureaus aren't as weak as you think. The duo work together to repel a few monsters, but as they dispatch the beasts, the vertical disparity of both plates escalates more before their eyes, not more. The distance of about 15 meters seems an unsurmountable chasm, Jesus, to the two. Damn it. Are we stuck here? This plate is about to fall, so we best prepare for impact. Find somewhere with soft soil to hide in it, or to hide it, rather. And we might... I never noticed till now that Dahuang's plates were built so high. Zhou, how many people did we save? Don't worry, I did a head count earlier, and everyone who was here has already made it over. Cheer up. We just have to find a way to make it back alive, and this rescue mission will be a complete success. The legends always say as long as everyone stands together, we'll make it through any crisis, no matter how dire it gets. Everyone's been taking care of me all these years. I've never managed to pay them back, but today... Sheng struggles to finish his words, and Zhou realizes a bright red stain is seeping from the other's white shirt. Oh? You're hurt? When did you... I'll stop the bleeding. Zhou, let me give you something. Right now? This is my Tianxi apparatus, with important data inside. You have to keep it safe, no matter what happens. Alright, I'll take it. Pesheng ties an Originium device tightly onto Zuli's hand. He hits the switch, and the little thing rapidly unfolds into a kite. What are you doing? I was hard on you before, but I've realized you have a good heart. So I can't leave you here. The youth exerts the last vestiges of his strength, and a gust of wind rises. Zuli flies into the air, carried by the kite, not knife, Jesus, where'd I get knife from? Before he can even react. The plate below shrinks bit by bit, along with Hesheng's silhouette. But Zuli can make out the shapes of a few remaining monsters on the field rushing towards the shrinking figure. Lots of death flags for someone we know survived. I know, right? If it went for the fact that this is a playable character that we get from the free side of things, I would be a lot more worried. I'd be like, no, don't do this again, not another Kryder. I don't know where you came from, but I'm not scared. Damn, that's all it took? Huh? And it's gone. I love that, the oink, meanwhile the audio moo. The Hypergriff are really just like, so is this a pig or a cow? Yes. You awake? Hey, wake up. Wait, you hear that? Seems like it's still breathing. Make way. Mian Mian? Just like, bonk, bonk. Stop licking me. I don't have any treats on me. Pesheng opens his eyes to find himself lying in a field, surrounded by a plethora of worried faces. He seems to have returned to a day he does not remember, the first day he came to this land. Is everyone alright? Everyone was about to look for you when Mian Mian suddenly showed up with you in tow. But why did you... Thank you for saving me. Mooink. Are the monsters? Did we beat them? Yes. Okay, that's great. I didn't realise how much taller he was. Or rather, how much shorter he is. I don't know which one's which. Because in the other cutscene image, they were sort of like sitting down and like different distances from the camera, so it was harder to tell. The dark clouds scatter. The bloody afterglow fades. Another sunset sprinkles the golden twilight all over the fields. Is it over? It's over. We won, right? What Shenong did then, we've managed it too. Indeed. Someone's managed to get the energy core under control. We did it. Looking back at it all, isn't this the birth of a new legend? Now that things have died down, we should head back. Wait, if my eyes don't deceive me, that's... Plate A5, the Wanjing experimental plot. In an overgrown field nearby stands a single rice stalk. That rice field, no, shush. Zoli, help me out. Why do you want to go back? It's still dangerous. What is it? It worked. We did it. Wanqing, the 10,000 Qing of fertile fields, all's not lost. There's still hope for us. The youth happily carries the rice plant, with a slight lunacy to his laughter. So I'm guessing this is a rice stalk that managed to grow in the Originium taint or whatever. Well, not the Originium taint, but, you know, Originium pollution. Because that was what they were trying to do. What exactly? You'll probably just say you wouldn't understand even if I told you, right? I'll just take you at your word. Oh! Flashback, okay. For these creatures to grow, they must endure calamity. Those that survive will break out of their cocoons. Those that do not will have their lives quietly snuffed out in darkness. POV finally pulls shoe. That would have been me if I got Zuo, but, well. No living being can escape the cycle of destruction and rebirth. What exactly is he planning? The Faranmut's heart. You know, considering that there's a 9th stage, this feels a lot like everything is finished. Which now has me a bit concerned. We meet again. Your presence here must mean you've figured out my plans, Lord Zuo. What are you doing? Weaving, as you can see. Weaving what? Something for sale once it's complete, of course. For sale to whom? It's standard practice to keep customer information confidential. Sat on the cloth. Scenes from across the country, or perhaps to phrase it in your words, the splendor of Yan. I spent many years travelling across Yan, visiting every city, and Dahuang is my final stop. Only today do I consider this bolt of cloth complete. You greatly underestimate Arknights' abilities to stretch stories. Oh no, I've seen it where they've had several different epilogues in one. I can't remember if that was an event or the final of chapter 8, but it was just it just kept going. It was it's finished. Wait, why is it going more? It just did the end screen. One should use dyes of an appropriate quality for a design this beautiful. Is there any material better than Yan's splendor to dye this weave? My 100 scenic portraits of Great Yan. Countless bolts of silk and satin seem to descend from the heavens, every bolt a city. A piece of history, a facet of worldly plight. The nation's splendor? No. It should be the hearts of the people. Just look at how brilliant the... I literally read that as bro code. Fucking hell. I didn't even know how you would pronounce that. Brocade? I don't know. Is. All the colours of their souls I've seen. How could I dislike this mortal realm?
Everybody good? We've got another battle waiting for us. Pump yourselves up. We're gonna crush this mission together.
I like to think that this 80 is the ones that we shot down, and we just sort of looted them. Okay, so there is a number 9. I don't like this. No, I don't like this. It's wrong. And I tell you why it's wrong. There's a exit point with no viable way of going there, which leads me to believe there's going to be a lot of sky bowls. Because that's the only thing that could get through there. Alright, so this has all three things. Reap the consequence. But I don't want to reap. Then why did you sow? The merchant closes his books, and it moves through silk, coin, and crates. We're gonna stick with this. Wait, did I not have... I'll have to double check that. I could have swore I had Gonglow's module. So this is what heaven looks like to those insignificant souls. Ah, yes, indeed, heaven. Very, very utopian? For the first time, I walked out of the chaos and void into these vast lands. Where did I come from? And where am I going? I still carry memories of that enormous body, and I seem to have some kind of divine power, as well as a lifespan that far exceeds those of the masses I see before me. I'm guessing this is G's point of view, but like a confused child, I followed the people I saw and imitated what they did. After a great length of time, I met two teachers. There is a barren swath of land in the northern reaches of Yan. I'm trying to reclaim and farm the uncultivated fields there with the locals. It's fun to watch crop after crop grow out of the soil. If you don't know where to go, why don't you come give us a hand? What is the place like? Bit of saliva went down my throat. It's much colder than towns here. Plus, those things from beyond the door are a bit dangerous. But you wanted to find out what man is like. It might just be the perfect place for you. You'll have all the time you need to find your answer. That was when I found out for the first time that there was such a concept as camaraderie between living beings. Maybe this is why they were able to defeat those enormous beings. How strange. It was hailing furiously last night, but the crops are all fine. Maybe luck is on our side? Maybe heaven saw how hard we worked with the fields and decided to have mercy. Gee, this is your doing, isn't it? I simply thought it would be a shame for a hail to destroy the hard work and effort that everyone put in over the last 6 months. Everything in this world moves according to its own set of rules. When a season's harvest is ruined, you can bury it to fertilize the soil and help the next year's crops grow even better. You saved this field's harvest this season, but how many fields are there like this one in Yan? How many mouths are there to feed at the mercy of heaven? You did this out of the kindness of your heart, but mankind needs to learn to survive these lands by itself. Will you leave one day too? Of course. But this swath of land will be here forever. Life will exist forever. Everything under heaven has its own position. But we live between heaven and earth, like rootless trees, destined to drift about. No cause and no effect, no beginning and no end. Where should we return? Anyone else coming to the Gamescom? I'm not sure if I'm going to. Times change. You're a merchant here for grain, you say? There are droughts everywhere this year. I heard the granaries in the north have a surplus, so I'm here to purchase grain to resell where the situation is more dire. Heaven and her rainstorms show no mercy. The farmers have it hard. Oh, sorry, I was just looking at chat. What do you mean not far away? It's literally like 3 countries away from me. 2 countries. Well, no, technically 3 because I'm essentially 1 country. I'm like on the other side of the country compared to where Germany is. The famine's year is not necessarily a bad thing for farmers, though. Oh, you speak nonsense, my good gentleman. How could a famine be a good thing for the farmers? Simple wisdom. The more severe the famine, the more their harvests earn them. Compare 500 catties at 1 wen per catty to 100 catties at 10 wen per catty. Even a 3-year-old can calculate which is a better deal from a seller's perspective. I've lived here ever since I was a child. The only way I know to use food is to feed the masses and save lives. To think such wisdom exists in the lands outside. You haven't seen what it's like outside, Dahong. Not everyone is a Jian that can see only the abyss, but not the water that fills it. If all one does is guard these plots, how is he or she meant to understand all the wisdom under heaven? Young man, my caravan needs someone to help manage our affairs. Might you be interested in coming with us to the lands outside? Get me a room. Per the old rooms, the cargo goes in the warehouse. You pay first, then you get your room. You said you wanted to get in the tea business because of all the tea farms sprouting up around Shengshu over the last 2 years. How come you bought out these inns instead? How much do you reckon a truckload of Shengshu greens can earn when transported here to Baizhou? Or transported from here to Baizhou? And how much in tariffs will the court take? If the journey to Baizhou is uneventful, a 20% profit would be a fairly good return to me. Now, how much do you reckon I can make here with all the tea merchants coming and going, even the ones unwilling to pay their taxes? When you put it that way, certainly you are in a more lucrative business. But I also noticed that you withheld some of the cargo for the mandarins. Now that is my other line of business. The people working in the government need something to show too. Are you not afraid of the mandarins looking for trouble or the tea merchants turning against you? That wouldn't be a very good bargain to them. Without me, the tea merchants would have to pay their fair share of taxes or take the risk to find another route. Without me, the government would have to spend a hefty sum to get their hands on tips about smugglers. Or say, the merchants ended up revolting. How much would it cost to quell this revolt? I went for all three parties. Indeed, an unusually lucrative line of business. We've been in Shengshu for long enough. I'm starting to grow tired of the cuisine here. Let's hand the business off and head east. East? What kind of business awaits us there? Mining? Grain export? Whatever earns us money. That's what we'll do. This time I mainly want to go home and have a look around. You asked me before if there exists a wisdom that stands true everywhere. All under heaven live for profit, and die for profit. Be it law and morality, faith and honour, there is nothing under heaven that cannot be accounted for in a ledger. Thank you for that. That is indeed what I saw. I am starting to understand. My dear sister, I've settled an account. All these years, each of us have lived lives across Yan and recorded our own gains and losses in our respective ledgers. Dago found his own path, but he found himself an outlier in this mortal realm, a place in which he cannot love, hate, or even let go. A loss. Ling has lived a carefree life. This realm cannot bind her. She finds her own joy, a profit. And our younger sister, not necessarily incisive, but they have... sisters rather. But they have little that troubles them. They are breaking even. As for... I don't know. Our second oldest brother, well, Jay is dead. No matter how you slice it, a tremendous loss. Our family has been under the Yanese thumb for over a millennium. I truly cannot see how we are gaining anything from this transaction. Most importantly is you, my dear sister. Has the question of profit really never crossed your mind? A substitute? Yes. I place my bet on a conclusion, for revenge and for us. How is it even possible? 1/12 is no match for the whole. What are your chances? How confident are you? I've worked this out for a long time. There are 19 lines on the Weiqi board, both horizontal and vertical. All the moves one could make have already been calculated. The white player is compensated 7.5 points, giving black less than half a winning chance. Truly, a most difficult task on my own. That is why I need your help. If I were to tell you there remains a shred of hope that this is the one and only way, would you be willing to put your wealth and life on the line? You catch up fast. Perhaps it's time to give an explanation for your actions. What form of explanation would you like, Lord Zero? You roused demons to lay harm to the citizenry, seized the country's fortifications, and even plotted against the other proxies. Given your actions, your crimes are far worse than Wang's. I may have some objections to your charges, but what would you like to do here? Hand over the cloth and return to the capital under 3 regulator supervision. And what will I get in return? A chance at a fair trial. A shame that it is not a price I am willing to pay. Why, you do the funeral parlour? You would make an enemy of Yan? If I would, what could you possibly do? Zuli takes a step forward and unsheathes his blade. Is it really so much fun to pick on mortals? They're trying Yan, lol. Yeah, I know, right? If it's anything like what the censors were doing in Lungman. It's you. Not bad, kid. You managed to tail him all the way here. Gotta hand it to you. But this is a family matter. You three regulator folks will have to give us some personal space. She just said, "Be gone, thought," and sent him away. You escaped the heart. You were moving faster than I anticipated. Seems my little sisters have grown up. Don't talk like we're all getting along. What do you think this is, a test? Until I thought you were actually trying to off us. Don't be ridiculous. So you've been laying low all these years to weave this cloth. Making cloths out of Yan's splendor. Not bad. He needs this before he goes to see it. Having travelled all around Yan, I thought it a shame when I finally decided to weave De Huang into it. So you two are in on this together. And he's finished preparing already. I should have figured. You get along with the Weiqi failure the best. Don't act like you don't know what taking your cloth out of this place means. This is a straight-up declaration of war against Yan. And you're Sangha? Yeah, I don't know. My third brother. And truth be told, out of all my older siblings, you're one of the ones I like best. I always feel like the two of us crank out some pretty sick ideas. Remember how I helped you sell fakes of Dusk's paintings at one time? You what? But I'm sorry, this is way overdoing it, even for me. It's like, bish what? A shame. From the looks of it, you're not on my side either, Dusk. In your dreams. It's been a few centuries since we've had a family reunion with more than 3 of us. To think that the first time we'd be doing this is fighting amongst ourselves. Just like all those years ago. What's the deal? Reminiscing on old times? If we can talk this out peacefully, I would rather us not come to blows. How could I possibly raise a hand against my little sisters? Drop the big talk already. It's 2 against 1. The odds are stacked against you. Well, I'll just have to see how it all turns out then. This time, not even the army of the Great Wild Hunt years ago could stop me. No, but a dumbass who beats his head against the wall trying again and again to get a boss finished will do it.
We'll be fine if we stick together.
Blech.
I'll take the lead. The rest is up to you guys.
I'm here to help.
Damn it, drones already. Oh no, that's a lot of them. Please die in like 1 hit. Okay, I think I can manage. Manage something like this.
My poison is not contagious.
Oh, that's right. They attack like that.
I won't be afraid.
Okay, so that does that. Come on.
We're counting on you again today, little apple.
Damn. There actually is no healing there. Oh. Okay, okay. Oh my god!
I'm with you. In your name.
Okay, yeah, no, that's...
Awaiting your honey to me.
Who's next?
Please save your strength. We will get you out.
I have to get serious now.
Damn, no. Okay, I need to put it like there.
Everyone out.
I really like this music.
Oh, it's finally my turn.
This is going to be problematic though.
We're counting on you again today, little apple. Can I?
Let's see whether you're gold or manure.
Well, that seems to be the end of it, so I'm guessing phase 2 and then enemies attack again. Oh, I've been doing a bad.
I'll charge the weak spot. Face me!
That spice-nut fragrance revive your mind. 痛かったら声を上げてもいいよ。我慢しないで。Whew, almost. I have to get serious now.
Whoa, it's a dragon now.
Doctor,
Oh, it's targeting.
you'll save a nice spot for me, right? Which direction? Doctor, spear is only good for stabbing people. Don't worry, help is on the way.
Can I get away from me, please?
Oh no.
I shall cover you. Light, heed me.
Solid positioning. Gather around, guys.
Oh!
Don't worry. My
Oh no.
We're counting on you again today, little apple.
Don't be afraid.
Oh, it's finally my turn.
Don't be afraid.
Whew, almost does that. The distance. There!
Oh, Light, heed me.
This is a spear.
Oh, it's gone.
Only good
Hey!
for stabbing people.
Oh! I didn't realize it was already nearly done. I was like, oh god, I think everything was a bit of a blur in the last moment. I got so focused in on what was happening in that bottom part that I didn't even realize it was nearly over. Read the boss gimmick after the cutscene. Okay, yep. Whoever thought it snowed like this? The field's ridges have been covered with a thick layer of despair-inducing white. Ah, it must be Ursus. The bits of yellow dotting it are the heads of grain. Oh, okay, I was going to say otherwise don't drink it. That were laboriously planted in only a month prior. There we go. How many plants would still be alive after 10 days? One dares not think. Oh, I'm way ahead of you there. I dare not think all the time. A musk beast stumbles around. I thought it said musk beast, so that would have been god-awful. Ugh. Barging into the silent fields of wheat. Even the sparse crops in front of it are an unexpected joy. It sniffs around carefully, calculating how much it needs to tide it over, and how much it would be left to take back to the cave to feed its kin. Until a thick metal hoe clashes down on its spine. 3 more heads of wheat are gone. The angry farmer snatches the beast that has been ruining the crops, so angry that he wants to skin it to make a meal. However, the carcass is so emaciated that it hardly weighs more than a few heels. With a long sigh, the farmer digs a hole in the ground and buries the beast's body. There we go. Poor thing. Hardship strikes at will. Such occurrences are common. If the wheat dies in this freeze, how many people will perish next year? A great many. But there will also be many who come to their aid, and a lot of them will survive. Life itself will not cease. Meanwhile, a firmament is as a veil. The ethereal satin silk seems to be infinitely weighty, firmly separating the two combatants and pressing towards them. Nyan, let's wrap it up. Oh, puns. It took a considerable amount of effort to build this heart for you. It would be a terrible shame to see it torn apart in this conflict. You aren't in a position to be making small talk yourself. I nearly took your head off with that firecracker blast just now. Where'd all that destructive might of yours go? Why don't you make a massive pair of scissors and cut his little fabrications to bits? You put some effort into it too. It's about to turn your painting into paper craft. Oh, it's my fault now. Oh, god damn it. Sisters, leave the sibling rivalry till after the fighting. Give me some slack here. He just turns that big old firecracker I built into a pile of threads. Has he always been able to do stuff like that? Didn't think he'd ever have the will to work on his powers over the years. But the question is, why does he seem to have such a good grasp of what our powers are? Hold on, is it really just one guy we're up against? Time's almost up. I truly would like to stick around to chat more, as rare as our reunions are. However, the unfortunate reality is that I am short on time and must bid you farewell. I really wish I didn't have to use this. The next time we meet, I will have to make amends. If we meet again, that is. Green. To think you'd strike down your own sister. What a disgrace. Do? I didn't think you'd just go and disappear altogether, but are you alright? I sincerely hope you weren't just trying to scare us on purpose. Think of it as a much-needed rest. Sorry for worrying you. And here I was wanting to see my little brother again. Lo and behold, the scene I come back to. Does he really not see this place as home anymore? My dear sister. I know that look. That's the look on your face whenever you've done something wrong. He's got the guilty dog eyes. How long has it been? 67 years. Then you'll have to stay for dinner. If you have anything to say, you can say it at the table. I'm sorry, my dear sister. I can't listen to you this time. So you're taking orders from someone else now, huh? The one who's been behind the curtain this whole time. How much longer does he plan to stay hidden? Whatever it is, wouldn't it be better to tell me face to face? Come on, show us who it is. Oh. A man slowly walks forth from the distance, sauntering past the threshold of time immemorial. It is as if he has been there since the very beginning. Time and space halt with the sound of his footsteps. Exposed chest, okay. You finally decided to show yourself. Oh, there's a whole crowd. What a lively gathering. You all are still inclined to such excitement? Wait, didn't he go insane? The atmosphere of our little reunion isn't quite what I expected. What happens in the movies when a relative on the most wanted list suddenly shows up at your doorstep? Is he actually the real deal, or just a shadow? Any shenanigans the Weiqi failure tried to pull wouldn't surprise me at this point. It'd be a big deal if he pulled another Sui Jiang out of his ass, though. So, what's the plan, Shu? Are we fighting? Fang Shu, Yuman, and now here. Don't you think you've gone too far? Small sacrifices for the greater good. Each unto their own, nothing more, nothing less. Look at all the devastated fields out there, and all the suffering people. I can't forgive you for talking like that. Upon careful consideration, there still remains 2 lines of inquiry regarding who owes this debt. Then, you stay here, we can tally it up. This account has been accumulating debt for over 1,000 years. You haven't been here in a long time. There are things I must do. There is a battlefield to the north. When the troops assemble, I must stand on the front lines. Bleached bones exposed in the wild, where the fowls sing not for 1,000 li. Or lie. After 1,000 years of war, in the end, it is still the commoners in the fields who suffer. You care about them a great deal. The people you take so lightly are actually our teachers, in the truer sense. We take after their form, and things that interest us. And only then do we find our place in the world. We have nothing in common with them, not a single thing. What is so different about us? Fragments may have lives spanning tens of thousands of years, while mayflies die as quickly as they live. But in the end, we are all lives born under heaven. Everything that has a beginning must also have an end. Warfare and slaughter. Why exactly did you choose this path? What value do you see in it? Law and order. I recently learned a game, Weiqi. The rules are simple, but the underlying principles are quite similar to the art of war. It has demonstrated to me a singular wisdom. As chaotic and disorderly as things may appear, master the rules, and the final outcome will fall into place. The final outcome that we've been so keenly focused on. This dead silence, this is the outcome that you see. Not just for us, but for all things living in these lands. How ironic. If death is the effect, then does that not make life itself the cause? Do you never get tired of standing watch here? Everything in existence is worthy of being cherished, just as it is now. All things have their time. People, beasts, mountains, water, grass, trees. They are all alike in this regard. That is the Tao the people speak of. The grass becomes lush and green every spring. We have come, and we have existed. Is that not enough? So you've resigned yourself to this end? That's not what you really think. I was simply wondering, have we ever lived as our true selves? Wait, don't tell me you... I've been contemplating this for a long time, calculating. Finally, I have seen another outcome. Not far away, a green sapling pokes its head out from underneath the snow. I know you can see it, Shu. The haggard man stretches out his hand, his fingertips still covered with rough calluses. Can you read my palms for me? Well, palm, rather. Endless solitude, calpus blurred, death nigh inexorable. I'm very much looking forward to that. I shall be waiting. Were you able to see her again? You know that wouldn't be possible. I often find myself thinking of her. She said that education is the great equalizer, and wished for every person to be able to read and write, although schools and books are her legacy. In that regard, you are quite similar. But these last few years I've forgotten many things, including her. About the books she wrote, and the meaning held by the true name in the one lone word. I can clearly recall that she once played a game with me. She wanted to tell me something during that game, but I already forgotten what it was. I thought, yes, even we cannot escape this influence. You have regrets. I want to find remedy. "181 fragments. Everyone thought you had lost your mind. Perhaps. What do you intend to do?" "I wish to return to that husk. I require its power. I will slay it, and then I shall become it. And using its power, I will plot a great windfall for all beings in this realm. It'll cost you your life, but the rest of you will live, and truly be yourselves. Shu, lend me a portion of your power. The 12 of us, with each additional portion of strength comes another chance at victory." The vast farmland crisscrosses, and this particular visitor places a piece on the Weiqi board. Shu opens her palm, and a handful of seeds fall onto the board. "This must be your answer. You reap what you sow." I was wondering if that was ever going to come into it. "If you haven't veered off the path and already... and really are heading towards our end, then these seeds will germinate at the right time and bear fruit, and bear the fruit you desire. You will have conditions for me as well. We can't let you keep creating problems for us." And so concludes the discussions concerning my affairs. If there's anything else, you should speak. "You've already grown up, huh? Ready to fly the nest?" "I'm 1,000 years old, my dear sister. I can't stop you. We had a big argument the last time I left. Could you leave me something to remember you by this time? You've already woven all of Dahung into that brocade of yours. What else do you want to take from me? If you have a bit of remorse in there, you'd better come back alive." "Fair enough. Dusk, can I ask one last thing from you?" "What?" "That painting. Can you give it to me up front?" "How did you..." "I'll take good care of it. And with that, consider our account settled." "Who said you could go?" "Oh, hello. I was wondering when you were going to come into the picture. You again." "The second, sweet brother. Nia Ting De, I think I'm guessing. I knew you were behind this. Do you have nothing better to do? Done hiding out in your ruined temple, playing your shitty game of Wei Chi, and now you have to come to my turf to ruin everything? Look at the mess you've all made with your little spat here. And all the crops you've destroyed. See if I won't beat your ass right here and now. Watch out. The satin silk ignites upon contact with the incandescent white flames, reduced to smoke and ash in the blink of an eye. Oh, well, that's sorted then, I guess. Originium arts can reverse decomposition. When did you learn how to? No, that's not it. This is causality. Huh. Let's see how many more seeds you have left to withstand my flames. Tianxi, this might not be the best time to launch your attack. The Chamber of Heaven's designs has suffered grave losses. Any more wrong moves, and Great Yan's entire northern defensive line may be imperiled. It is more than just the demonic taint that has eyes on Yan's northern border, right? Stop trying to scare people. I swear I'm going to teach you a lesson if it's the last thing I do. Then, do you not care at all for the other long-lived among you? You little... Ah, you feign lunacy to protect your mind from demonic contamination, but you've not forgotten your true purpose at all. Weigh the pros and cons. Surely there's no reason we shouldn't be able to come to some accord. No, there isn't, and don't call me Shirley. Until we meet again. God damn it. How many times are these enemies going to disappear just as we're about ready to catch them in this one event? Is it over? Oh, okay. Yes, it's all over now. You were willing to throw away your life for this project. Why? To become renowned for such a grand accomplishment. And then what? I have a dream. Cities interconnected for 10,000 lei. Stretching to the Palace of Heaven. No longer would anyone across this great land want for shelter from the wind and rain. What is the point of being a Tianxi without any accomplishments to his name? Must you stand head and shoulders above the rest in order to lay the bricks of the city of your dreams? Ooh. Are you one of the heavenly Xians? I'll trade your life for your dream. The skybound white jade capital of the 12 pagodas and 5 cities. The Xian strokes my head, knots my hair, and grants eternal life. The skybound white jade capital of 12 pagodas and 5 cities. Alas, I could get mansions of 10,000 chambers. I'd shelter all the needy under heaven, blessing them with joy. I've got to say, the Sui arc has got to be one of the longest series of events. Like, most of these event arcs tend to have, like, what, 3 events to their name? Not including any, like, extra ones that aren't really, like, stage events, but more so the ones where you just play random stages and then get the story unlocked. But most of the events tend to be like 2 or 3 events per arc. But the Sui one is like really long. Or it's gearing up to be anyway. Because 3 is linked to Lunar New Year. I see. You're awake? Where am I? Don't worry, the monsters are gone. You saved me? I wouldn't say that. You were lying unconscious on the ground when I found you, so I went over to try and wake you up. Doge. You're the old Jiang Zhang of Da Huang, but the responsibility does not fall solely on your shoulders. It might not necessarily be a good deal to exchange your life for the safety and stability of this place. That's my choice to make. What matters is that Da Huang is safe. You care a lot about this place. Of course I care. I've spent most of my life here, and my roots run deep. Take care of yourself. I'm off. Goodbye, Shu. You deserve your freedom. Okay, I'm glad some people remember. Unless they all do now that she's out of that place. The incubator. The incubator. The rice plant can still be saved. There's still hope for the experiment. Here you are. I found it. Found what? This is the one rice plant. The one that survived the Wanqing's project experimental plot. It isn't impossible to grow crops on originium-contaminated soil. Laoshi's experiments proved it. Wait. You're... Judging from your clothes, are you a Shoya Tianshi from the Bureau? I don't think I've seen you before. Okay, so it was just that one woman who remembered her. Yes, I haven't been here for very long. The young man scratches his head in confusion, as if he has forgotten something. It is as if he has dreamed a long dream, and the emotions from it still vaguely linger in his heart. He just can't remember the people he met or the things he encountered. After spacing out for a spell, the young man cracks a smile. I'm an apprentice of the Tianshi Bureau, called He Sheng. I guess I ought to call you Laoshi now too. Hello, He Sheng. I just discovered a very important crop, one that can grow on soil contaminated by originium. This has been a long-term project. As long as this crop can be widely distributed, we'll be able to reclaim tons of wasteland into usable farmland, and nobody will go hungry ever again. Now, I wonder, can they do... like gene stuff in Arknights like they do in the real world? Or if they have to manually grow these seeds like more and more often. It might take a while to reach that goal, maybe even a really long time, but at least there's a glimmer of hope now. In that case, are you willing to devote the rest of your time to that goal? Yeah. I wish you luck. Do your best. I won't keep you from your research any longer. Zaijin. Huh? You're leaving already? I was hoping to tell you a bit more about the project and maybe get a few pointers. That's alright. I trust that you'll be able to accomplish your goals. Zaijin. Or is this Zai? I don't know. That teacher. Why does it seem like I've seen her somewhere before? Ah, this music. Off to deliver the goods, Laobo. How are food prices this year? Famine year. Each catty of grain is 3 wen per 3 wen more expensive than last year. I suppose when everything's accounted for, your coin sack's a bit heavier than it was last year. That's not necessarily a good thing. Farming is all about putting food on people's tables. Never heard of farming to get rich. Let me teach you a method of making a little extra money. Just keep it in the back of your mind when you're selling your goods. Sell your highest quality crops locally at a normal price to increase your reputation. For your average quality stuff, mark up the price and hire a caravan to ship it far away as a novelty product. That works. What are you going on about? Never anything so silly. The best crops are for family and friends first. You sell the average stuff, and then use the rest as feed. You youngsters have way too many sly tricks. Where are you planning to go? Bai Zhao. Well, I guess we know where we're going next time. After making that much trouble, you just up and leave without saying anything? It is time to leave. Though I also don't have Dagger's martial skill. If you won't let me go, then naturally I won't be able to leave. So it depends on you. How unwilling are you to let me leave? I just wanted to ask you a question. You said you were going to make a deal with Yan. Were you planning to help build Dahong up from the very beginning? I am a merchant, and when doing business, I value mutual profit and reciprocity. Oh, I hate that word. If only one side profits, how would I be any different from a robber? Modern businesses. If you didn't want to make an enemy out of all of Yan, why did you need to go... Or why did you need to do all this? Did you two brothers really have to pick a fight with Yan? Our sister was killed, after all. That said, the people of Yan harbour no animus towards us. Even if Fergus sees the world as nothing more than a Weiqi board, a Weiqi player naturally feels some sentiment towards the pieces and equipment he's used for a long time. However, those sitting in the court, lurking in the shadows, must pay the price for what they've done. This account must be settled eventually. Even if your own life is on the line? Using a 12th to combat the whole was already a fool's errand. My life has already been assigned a price upon the ledger. You really have lost it. I still remember, a long time ago, you came to visit all of us, one by one, posing a question to each and pointing the way. What do you see in the lands of Great Yan? My answer has never changed, and I imagine the same is true for Urga. Well, Pei, never cared for either of you bastards from the very beginning. There's no talking wisdom with you. And when the time is right, I'm still coming to beat your asses. My brother used to have quite the temper. Whenever he'd lose a game, he'd start throwing cups and bowls around. But, weak as he was, there was never any strength behind it. This time, he went a bit overboard, so thank you for stepping in. Kenkai, get out of here already! Until we meet again.
Enemies of this caliber pose no threat.
I love the outfit.
Right?
And the little, like, rabbit thing there with a bottle of booze. Also, his motorbike is massive. Let's be honest with ourselves here. Alright, last moment. Brave wind and rain. The wind and rain are cold. It is dark at the top. The game draws to a close. Alright, let's do this. Phew. I thought that said constipated. And you had to take me up Mount Tien. I'll take this spot under the sunshine. You sit over there. You're in much better health than I am. The least you could do is offer me this spot. Coming out here for a stroll, some sunlight and the water from the springs of Mount Tien will do your health much good. Ridiculous. It's been decades since we've so much as run into one another outside the palace walls, and you still invited me on this trip. You were the first to grow tired of sitting around. It's not easy to sit still for so long. Human Dahuang, we need an explanation for this string of events. Right. I'm behind all of it. I abetted the human Shanghai Zhong, and I let Ya in. Is this enough to drag me down? If you want more, here. I let Wang escape the capital. I sent the girl to Victoria. I instigated the demonic calamity. Okay, calm down. Damn. Shit. If you must open another vacancy in the court, you can pin all this on me. The Shanghai Zhong are a bunch of thugs. How could they possibly amount to anything? Ya was merely a sickly beast. It took only a few dozen to 100 Tianxis to deal with it. It was just perfect as a meal served to awaken the Sui. But certainly nothing to write home about. Phew. In the end, I'm a sickly old man too. This is the only use my life has left. You've never been troubled by things going out of hand. No, you're never troubled by anything. There is much that troubles me. I'm afraid of the unpredictable, sinister human mind. I'm troubled by the trends I've seen. Going with the tide, one man pulling at each end. It's all for balance. But now the convict has toppled the Weiqi board. And it's still possible to sue for peace. Oh, is it rather? Where did they get "and" from? Humans' repairs are complete. And it is on its way to the capital. Grand Shooter, please make up your mind. Oh, she's back. A letter of reinstatement. I shouldn't have been the one to deliver this. The Imperial Court is already aware of the Dahong affair, and the acts of the two perpetrators. Right now, the Sui Regulator, the Tianxi Bureaus, the 6 Ministries, all of them are in a frantic mess. I happened to be passing by Dahuang on business, so I lent them a hand. It was Mother who asked you to come, am I correct? Ooh. Daoshi. Seems the court has come to a conclusion regarding the crisis instigated by the proxies? Yes. Humans' repairs are complete, and it has started sailing towards the capital once more. In the end, it comes to this. You're rather calm. I thought you'd be yapping about how much you want to head back to the front lines. Yapping. Lately, I've been trying to comprehend a certain wisdom. It is because we fear that we are anxious. The more we are afraid of facing an unknown enemy, the stronger our urge to charge forward toward it. All for the sake of giving ourselves an explanation. But I'm not afraid anymore. The proxies may have the ability to bend heaven and earth, but in the end, they too have human emotion. In that sense, they are not different at all. Our opponents are not untouchable, and so there is nothing to be afraid of. Lord Zua, I have no intention of becoming your enemy. However, I do hope you take what I said to heart. The days ahead of us are long, and there shall come a time when we meet again. Not bad. Seems General Zero didn't send you here for nothing. I'm ready for deployment. Where should I go? Yumin? Baizhou? Don't be so hasty. We'll have you get back to your old role. There is a place that comes into contact with the proxies quite frequently. Oh, okay. Here comes the here comes the Rhode Island bit, I'm guessing. The court isn't completely oblivious to them, but per protocol, the SWE regulator should launch an investigation. Rhode Island? Ah, fancy meeting you two here. Have you heard of this massive aircraft carrier / island / medical industry / totally not mercenaries? So you're leaving? That's right. These seeds, some of them sprouted, and their originium resistance is much higher than anticipated. It's time to take them to the fields outside for further cultivation. Wouldn't that be tough? It's no different from what I do in Dahuang. When are you coming back then? First, I need to take the seeds to the grain cultivation bases all across the country and produce the first test crops. Then, based on how they adapt to different soils, develop a suitable cultivation method. It might take more than 10 generations to get accurate results. It might be a while. 1 generation takes a year. 10 years... That's really long. Oh, they're talking about the generation of the crops. Okay. That's long enough for Mian Mian to get as big as his parents. Maybe it's not actually that long. After we switched to the new feeds, the stock beasts all started to grow really quickly. Like they double in size every day. What do you mean get your head out of the gutter? I just assumed you meant as in it would take 10 generations, like human generations, for it to yield accurate results. I was thinking, fucking hell, that's a long time. For 10 years. That means waiting for the Wang Huaguo, Gao, Hua, I can't remember. Trees to grow, those sour fruits 10 times. When I think about it that way, yeah, it kind of feels like an eternity. Let me see you off. Enveloped by the sound of flute, the two were trailed by the setting sun. On the muddy road, there are 2 sets of footprints leading into the distance. They ride off to the sunset. Painting. Jiangnan? Daga once told me the world is gonna... that he wanted to travel to Jiangnan after leaving his post. It's been centuries since he last had a taste of Jiangnan's... I didn't want to say Jiangyang, I don't know why. Summertime water chestnuts, okay. And since he has gotten so used to the sight of the yellow sands, perhaps he should enjoy some rest in a quaint riverside town. Careful though, don't break this painting. Oh, back here. Ling was never able to forget the desert. That desert, rather. She doesn't actually like war. She simply likes how valiant warriors look on the battlefield. Who wouldn't? The flames of war do not burn in the painting. They are only a column of smoke rising in the vast distance. As the sun sets on the endless river, enjoy your drink in peace there, and be the poet you want to be. Hello, cat. Yan loves lively places, but a place like Shangshu is better fit for her than Lungmen. You stay there, and don't bother me again. Urga. I should have painted him a Weiqi board, and nothing more. Calculating emotions and terrible aesthetic sensibilities. This garden of yours. I don't want to ever have to see your face again. How's it going? Doing good. We are nearly at the end of the event. In the end, you didn't give yourself a way out. Jay, if it wasn't for your constant nagging and you playing the older sister card the whole time, I really would have asked you to teach me calligraphy. Yes, the Twolders are out. This will do. Despite all the effort I put into it, who knows if these paintings will remain when everyone wakes from their dreams. No bite. Does it really matter either way? When you have visited a place and seen all the sights, everything is but a pipe dream. What more fun is there? With all of you here, I'm not lonely. The painter sets her brush down and withdraws. The sky is as clear as a blank scroll. A flock of foul beasts flies past. I should have just said fly past. A flock of foul beasts fly past, yeah. How does it fit? This is the only cloth I have. If you rip it, I couldn't get you another. It fits perfectly. Perhaps it's too late for me to ask, but how do you think your chances are? Daft G. It does kind of have that vibe, doesn't it? Also, cat shush. A life and death struggle. This game will be decided by a mere half point. From the sound of it, you could easily lose everything, and you are beyond the point of no return. When will you make your move? Everything is ready. All we need. All we need is what? I will come see you soon. I gotta go eat and prepare now. Don't be too gay while I'm gone. I'll try. But also, have a good eat and I'll make sure to stare. When you open your eyes and see the pattern on this robe, will you remember how you felt back then? 1,000 years ago, that fear deep inside our souls, that disgrace etched into our bones. You'd best remember. I will come see you very soon. True, our fields have yielded nothing for a few years. Can we really still Can we really still grow crops here? We can still plant food. If we use the right methods. But of course. Each field has a different plant suited to it. You need to use the most appropriate methods to improve the soil. Plant these seeds here. You will see results by autumn. Seriously, whole of Yan's architecture comes from the creator of the Backrooms. It does kind of have that vibe, doesn't it? Where are you from, Shu? You look pretty young, but you know so much about the fields. Are you maybe a Tianchi from Bureaus? What exactly is a Tianchi anyway? They're people who study specialised knowledge and pass it on to others. That's something. Please, keep working, by all means. I'll go get you a glass of water. So, academics? Yeah, I guess that kind of is. Essentially, yeah, academics. Which I guess makes sense as to why you've got farm studies, you've got engineering. I suppose it kind of makes sense that you've got, that it would be like a study thing. Mallow Lush with... Well, where did I get with? Mallow Lush, the 7th month. The 9th bid weaving winter clothes. Here comes spring to bring the sun. And warbling of Orioles. 9. It was time to lay the garden out. And 10. To reap the joy of harvest gains. Plant your millets lest year end. With hemp and beans and all the grains. Huh. Mallow Lush, the 7th month. The 9th bid weaving winter clothes. Winter comes early in Dahuang. We need to ready ourselves for some proper clothes soon. My dear sister, should I make you a set of new clothes? I wouldn't need it. I've developed a new weaving method which yields satins that are light, durable and colourful. I have a new design thought out, and I'm certain it will look perfect on you. Whatever floats your boat. Shu, is this how a man lives? It does seem rather pleasant. Yes. Ah. You've truly lived now. My good gentleman, I know by heart the wisdom of commerce that you've taught me, but there remains one thing I do not understand. All things under heaven are fleeting and indistinct. How should I appraise them? Take a look. How much is this jade pendant I'm wearing worth? I know this pendant. It is very common and worth at most 2 taels of silver. But this pendant was left to me by my mother. I have been carrying it around for as long as I can remember. To me, it's priceless. In the end, appraisal means appraising the human heart. And yes, I did say human, and I don't know why. I shall remember. It's almost summer. Just the season for Jiangnan leeches. Lychees? I don't know. The climate is dry up north. I still don't know what that is. They're hardly sweet. And simply don't compare to the lychees, I don't know, back home. I thought I would go back home and open a trade route for selling the southern lychees up north. Only for there to be a river standing in my way, stopping me from ever going back. It's a shame that this rain came at a terrible time. It will be summer in 2 days. Once your body warms up, we will hire a boat to cross the river. Forget it. I know in my heart that this is the end of the road. Why must man always go against heaven? How old are you this year? Ages are not meaningful to my kind. But if we must, I will be exactly 50 come Jiaoshu. Oh, this must be a very much of a flashback then. I can tell you are not quite the same as mere mortals. I envy your long life. Still, now that I consider it, such a long life would be full of hardship. No matter what you are. I am 83. You have followed me for so long. It certainly wouldn't be a bad deal for you if I called you my adopted son. Indeed, I was fortunate to have met you and seen the boundless sights these lands have to offer. Fate brought us together. I have nothing much to give you, aside from that worthless business. This one mantra is all I have. All under heaven lived for profit and died for profit. I have been reciting this mantra from the day I began studying business, and it helped me triumph over many rivals. But if everything under heaven could really be summed up with just a piece, with just the word of profit, this might just be a rather boring place. I don't have much time left, and I can't walk much further. If you truly have such a long life ahead of you, then go and see it for me. Walk this great land. Go and see for me whether there is really something kind of great whether there is really some kind of great windfall. There we go, Jesus. And that's profits all under heaven. If you truly do find it, I will remember. I will go and see. Huh. And that's it. Bam. Oh. Not gonna lie, I really liked this event. I honestly did. I think the Sui events in general have some of the more interesting stories. While I will never necessarily say they're my favourite, I do really like the plot and the backstory to these events and how they just keep going on after the other. It went hard, yeah, it did. I'm also liking that we're seeing more demon stuff. Well, I say I'm liking it, but at the same time I'm a little bit concerned. Partly because it just keeps happening now, but also I'm still somewhat concerned as to what the next main arc will be once we've finished in Londinium, because I'm assuming that next arc will be taking place around this time as all the events. So I do wonder if they'll end up getting involved in that, if this is leading to that, because you are seeing the demons a lot more, and that's kind of, But yeah, another great event, and I did really like the characters. I like the dynamic between the characters as well, especially like Wancheng and Zuo. What's with all the cloak and daggers at Yan's politics? What happened exactly with G's sister that made him so jaded? Yeah, it does make me wonder. I mean, I'm assuming something bad happened at one point, and it's kind of shaped the way most of the Sui siblings act, by the looks of it. Especially that last bit where it was going through each bit, like each area that was dedicated to the Sui. Thanks to this, we've spent so much time in Yan already, even more than Ursus, Victoria, or Columbia. True, yeah. Which essentially wiped her existence from common memory, yeah. But it is very interesting. I do wonder what happened with that. If it'll ever be something that's revealed. I imagine it would be. definitely curious to know more about what the others are planning as well, as in G and you know, the other one. Gonna grab this while I'm here. Yoink. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it here. I'm going to try and do some of the main story before the next event, but I'm not entirely sure. It's going to depend on how long the next event lasts for. But at the same time, I can't keep putting off the main chapter just for these events, so I'm going to try and do some balancing, or maybe try to stream a little bit more often. And there's still other games I want to play as well, so it's Don't forget to do the X stages. Yeah, I have 16 hours to do that. I'll probably be playing the rest of today on my mobile. Doable. It is doable. I can't quite remember how many stages there are for the X. I think it's like 8 or 9 as well. But we'll see how it goes. The next new one should be Lucent Arrowhead, if I remember correctly. 8. Okay. Ooh, more stuff. Okay. Well, I'm definitely going to need to do enough to do this one in 6 weeks or so. Yeah, so I definitely have enough time to get through the main chapter, though I'm somewhat debating on whether or not to play the story for the Victoria event, which is coming up next. But I'm not sure if I want to or not. I might give that a skip and just read it maybe after I've finished. Seeing as once it's done, it's going to be in the archives anyway. So I might just leave it and continue doing the... It's absolutely worth it. I mean, I definitely agree. Like, there is a lot of I want to read in it, especially as I didn't read it last time. I only played the stages because I was too early into the thing. I hope you all save up for Rainbow Six Siege. Yeah. Oh, I don't know if I'm going to be able to, but we'll have to see. But yeah, I'm going to leave it here for now. Towards redemption. But yeah, thank you guys so much for coming around. I'm not sure when I'll next stream. It'll probably be either Thursday or Friday. I'll have to see. But until then, thank you all for coming along, and I shall see you next time. Bye-bye.